The sun beat down on the dusty baseball diamond carved out of Farmer Giles's farmland. But Daisy the cow was entirely unbothered. She settled deeply into her comfortable red velvet chair that she had hauled out of a barn sale. She had placed it under a huge shady oak tree where the limbs spread, it seemed, for miles. Daisy adjusted her large, floral sun hat and sipped her lemonade, watching her son. Moosie, a high-energy calf with permanent muddy knees, prepared a bat.
Remember your stance, Moosie.
Daisy bellowed.
Elbows high. And please try not to smudge the white stripe on your uniform.
Moosie ignored her, too focused on the pitch thrown by Buttercup, the largest, if slowest, calf in the league. Moosie wound up with a dramatic full-body swing that looked less like baseball and more like an impromptu windmill imitation. Crack! The ball soared directly over second base, gaining altitude like a rocket heading for the moon. It arced perfectly, clearing the fence, the brush, and finally, with a distressing thwump, landed squarely in a dense, thorny snarl of prickly pear cacti. Silence fell over the field. Moosie dropped his bat.
Oh no, not the championship ball!
Daisy slammed her lemonade down on the grass next to her red velvet chair.
Moosie, that was a magnificent hit, dear, but in a terrible direction.
The official ball of the championship game was now sitting in a minefield of thorns. Barnaby, who had been guarding second base, shook his head.
We can't go in there. Last year, Penelope tried to retrieve a lost glove, and she came back looking like a pincushion.
But we need the ball.
Cried Chip, the third baseman.
It's the only one that doesn't wobble when you throw it.
The Cavs huddled immediately, devising a desperate rescue plan.
We could use a very long skipping rope and try to lasso it.
Suggested one.
No, too risky.
Said Barnaby.
We need length, we need tongues.
Moosie's eyes lit up.
Mother, you have the extra long tongues we use for grilling the corn on the cob.
Daisy frowned, considering the insult of using high-quality kitchen equipment for the rescue of a baseball.
Those are stainless steel. They are not meant for thorns.
But the desperation of 10 ball-deprived calves won her over. She retrieved the massive 2-foot-long tongs from the picnic basket. Moosie and Barnaby walked past the boundary fence and brush, Moosie holding the tongs like a sacred relic. Then he anxiously approached the cacti and lowered the stainless steel tongs toward the ball, navigating the dense thorns.
A little to the left.
Barnaby coached.
Mind the big thorny one, it looks grumpy.
Moosie stretched, beads of sweat forming on his brow. The tongs finally grasped the ball. Triumphantly, he began pulling it out, inches at a time, until the ball cleared the last cacti. Hooray!
Hooray!
Everyone cheered. Moosie carefully placed the ball on the grass. It was retrieved, unharmed. But as he relaxed, the overly long tongs, still held loosely, swung back and smacked Moosie squarely in the nose. He stumbled back right into a small patch of cacti.
Ah!
He screamed. Barnaby, trying not to laugh, reached out his hoof toward Moosie and helped him up. And being a true friend, carefully plucked out each thorn. Luckily, there were only a few.
Thank you.
Smiled Moosie. They burst back out onto the field, Moosie holding the ball high in the air.
They did!
Patty cheered, jumping up and down. Daisy clapped her hooves, causing her red velvet chair to wobble slightly.
Magnificent retrieval. True adventurers. Now let's get this game back on track, but maybe try aiming for the sky next time. Not the thorns.
Moosie beamed. Everybody cheered. And after an exciting game of baseball, they all went out for ice cream at their favorite place, the Ruby Ring Ice Cream Parlor, owned by a pink dinosaur named George.